Ah, right. Since there has been progress in both investigations, shall we share the findings of our respective locales? I have not been spending a lot of time in different area. I did go for gathering, but...
Your time in Thafnir has certainly been eventful. In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
I agree. While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation. Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the ethereal sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thafnir.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower? According to Orenvold and Frodola's report, they were unable to free the Emolja. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Ifrit.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal, thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained, and I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within. Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
So we can hope, and I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostola, and myself. The remaining scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Arcosodra by a considerable margin.
Sure, Alphino is in the right grip. Of Alization is a healing spell too. Aren't you forgetting someone? Standing here as a white mage. Aren't you forgetting someone? I love this. Also, I think the music is a bit loud to the voices, but I already have the voices louder than the music in general. Maybe I should put the music down a notch.
Of course not. As our most talented healer, we need you leading the van, fighting primals on the front lines.
This is so frustrating. He says it in such a soft tone, and you're like, I want to be mad, but I just can't. But at least I am recognized as a leader.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Rads at Han of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
The military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetherite at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
Enjoy your etheric belly problems. So all we need is a healer. I can most likely find a healer. Do we have a healer? Lucy here. I think Luke can. Alright then. I made a favorite location out of that. So it wouldn't be that bloody expensive. Oh, now I forgot to show you the one thing that just makes life so much better. Oh wow. I assume that this quest is for one of those aetherite things, and probably that one as well. There we go. Also, I figured a trick that I can just wander everywhere without issues or pulling random things towards me. La, 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 la. Fancy. I have to be there. Okay, perfectly fine. Whee! Whee! You don't see me. Whee! You can see this little orbs flying around my head. Those are telling me like, oh, making nary a sound. We got the hooves of horses, but I missed up to 4 levels higher. Then you are oblivious to your presence. I mean, yeah. There we go. I found us a healer as well. No, this is just using the options that we do have. It's here, right? Yeah! Perfect. We already had everything! You were in there! You look gorgeous! That is so pretty! I love your outfit, Cassie. I love it. Very gorgeous. Yeah, but luckily this is not extreme content. Our friend of yours here. We've been expecting you. You and yours will lead the mission into the tower, I'm told. The warding skills will be delivered soon. Till then, please stand by the boat while you have them ready. When your fellows arrive, I will direct them to join you. We pray for your safety and success. Thank you. Thank you. Not sure if Lou will come out alert or anything, but just making sure he's up to date. Hi, Thunder. Looky shiny. I see no reason why you would want a wall-to-wall pool on your first run. If this is the future of either road travel, I think I'll stick to boats. Exactly. No, Kubo! Hi. I skipped the queues today. I just played. Hey, no warning. However, I'm betting it could have prepared me for that. Up to what level did you get so far, Kuba? I just like to talk in levels. I don't talk in zones or dungeons or anything. On account of which we are a little late, but fighting fit mostly, I guess. My friends, permit me to thank you for accepting this mission. Oh, he's so cute. Only stopped playing yesterday for an hour or so. Fair. We're going into the first dungeon, so I'm not sure if that's going to count. Spoilers for you. But we appreciate you being here! As much as you want. You what? You must be, we should still call you Varshan, I suppose. Indeed. It would not do to confuse the soldiers. Yeah, like, it's a secret. Doesn't mean that everyone needs to know now. Very well then. For all part, we are humbled that you should see fit to entrust us with your warding skills. Please convey as much to His Excellency. One for each of you. Please accept them with my blessing. Sounds really good, Cooper. Our thanks. With these, we can go anywhere those with the blessing of light can go. Not only for this operation either, but all the ones to come. We can finally break your monopoly on primals. I've been waiting for this day. Wouldn't mind carrying on as before, you know. In that case, they're all yours from now on. Here you go. Ah, but I'm afraid we can't let you retire just yet. You're the side's brightest star after all. If everyone is amenable to it, let us review strategy. I take some friends with me that all have the blessing of light. Everyone is safe. It's previously agreed we will divide into 2 groups. Our zone and our band will break through the tower's defenses and locate its core. Meanwhile, the rest of us would tend to the prisoners, who were doubtless one for healing due to the jurors of repeated summonings. But why you stole her as a black mage on the healing side and Alfino as a sage on the other side? Then again, you would love to have a bit of different powers as well. But the primals, which is our bringeth forth, shall be deities of Definarian myth. Grey mage and Alfie heals by shit and lasers! As we have no prior experience with such foes, pray exercise utmost caution when confronting them. We commenced operation at your walk, my friend. Let's go! For the people of Tevner, the entire world, we must prevail! Just so you know, I brought some extra friends as well. Where's my ready check? Ready check! Yeah! Not like that. Okay. I'm not gonna take in any kind of duty kind of stuff, but let's go! Nice wings thunder. Did you just pick those up? I can floor tank! I hate these towers so much. That looked good. Two shiny ones, let's go. Oh, they're actually still kind of with us. Because we split up later. Okay then. Food up! Food up! I don't have food up. I do have. Really good idea. Thank you, Return. See, you're maybe better for a petition. Fighting is right. I hope it's better now. Adultery! It's last one. I've been making music. Making new stuff. I'm not gonna waste an eye on that. Why would I want to wait? Now the music is pretty loud. I can see over there. I think this should be better for you. Swear ways to your power. We shall first serve you the paths below. Okay, bye. Can I follow them? Nah. I trust it's 40. Let me know if I should take more. Keep going. Ow, I'm fine, whatever. As far as it's a tower, I don't really care much. It's just, if you look at this, I'm just like, the tower is just eerie. I'm not gonna look at this anyway. I love that. Actually didn't have to type that. I kept getting confused by this little dark thingy. Only to the moment I realized, oh wait, that's a new Reaper thing. I'm like, what is that? Do I have to pay attention to this? Is this a new thing that's going to take me down? Fairy Dragoon? You mean I should be actually floor tanking? Nah, I think we're fine. It's still too early for Lou to start drinking. I was not thinking of new music, but new music! I see a lot of tower and mob. Just vibe it to the music. The time was just too perfect. So, what do we do with these? I kind of want to touch this. I think I messed up my combo there. No! No! Take it down! No! That's a vibe. I'll just be difficult and read everything and see whatever I need later. I think the volumes were pretty okay this time. I could really keep up with the music and I wasn't too overwhelmed by actions. I was also too focused on the music, but... Whee! The weapon loot in here looks really nice. That's good. I'll try and remember to take a look at it because you usually get weapons at the end, right? I still need some proper weapons. I mean, do you remember my Dark Knight weapon? I got too many of those. I need more variation in there. Ah, okay. Also, I figured this is a new thing I have. I now have a more proper way to get into AoEs, which is just great. And I just mess it up because I'm not used to it. It looks juicy. I saw that. Oh, I see that I'm stuck. Ow. Ow. Nasty, nasty face. You dear. I actually love that you can just within your rotation switch one enemy or AoE. It's so good. It's so nice. Oh, I can surely use that. I'm actually just leveling all the 3 rules, so that helps me. I could have placed that better, but like this. I really have to get used to the stretch of getting to the other skill. Here, see, just switch. Done. Wait, it actually extends as well? Does it also trigger power surge? That's neat. I haven't been reading my skills. Oopsie. Very neat. Such a great way to introduce some rock. Like, heck yes, let's go. I'm happy I wasn't the only one that was caught. It's not like, oh, look who the new is. Okay, it gets stunned and then you get like 3 hits. I see. I think Thunder and Cassie look like the boss. Excuse me, just being half paralyzed by... Wait, what did I just say? Cosplay moment, right? Yes! Let me floating! Thank you! I can deal with damage. A little bit. A tiny bit. Please, don't actually make me float. the attack. More cosplay moments? Why is everyone cosplaying? And how do we know who's who? I wasn't paying attention to limit break at all. Great everything. Ooh! New branch! What? Okay, we're apparently in the core, I guess. You're already at triple digits! Triple digits always feel so much better than 4 digits, right? To double. Here we go. Oh! But this is probably not as good as what I have right now. I very much doubt that this stuff is going to be better than what I already have. For my first dungeon, I don't expect better stuff. It's only ooh, very loon. Yeah, they're 520. A Reaper weapon. I can use a Reaper weapon. Everyone can use a Reaper weapon. I'll get it some other time. I mean, it's gonna take a while for my Reaper to actually reach anything else than level 70. I've not bothered with it at all. I'm not like this is unique song. I think we're actually better okay to see like what the hell is going on. We've got a platform here. I think we haven't been at the platform yet, so that's probably the next boss. You can see the islands! If this is a semi-safe spot for me. I should probably take a better step. Yeah, the balance is so much better now. I put like the battle sides a little bit better. Sometimes really good to hear all the animations because then you kind of know what's going on. Like if somebody uses a special attack or something. It's just those little triggers. Oh, yeah, that was the one I meant to do about. Oh, this is the end boss. We already did 2 bosses. Oh! Wait, is one of your gods? Wait. I recognize you! But you're probably one of those summoned primals. Am I going the right way? Where do I go? Guys? There. Thank you, thank you. Yes, we have heard this tune before. I think it was in the benchmark, wasn't it? I do know the 3 sisters and I don't know anything else about it. I think it's the first time I saw them. On that paper that Anthony shared, because I still don't really know the names. Weird sounds engaged. Oh, yeah, that was a bit stupid. Oh, she's back. Hi. Wait. Wait. Yes, the first one is the taller one. I didn't even recognize her. Now I see. Okay, I get it. You're right, Altarian. I goofed. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to these ones yet, because usually the mid-bosses are a bit That's unique. Oh, yep. The 3 sisters. I'm not gonna read your text right now. Floating. Aww. I'm not too good at paying attention. You see, I'm right now just doing probably nothing. I'm just gonna put a feather on the thunder so I can follow him. Ah, that's the wrong one I was attacking. Wait, I also had one! I thought we only had 3 stack markers. I didn't know that. How about you? That's right. That was like unfortunate. Actually makes so much sense. All the unique outfits. Thank you! Ah. Oh. Way! Yeah, this is one of those tops of those towers. I think they showed this in the benchmark as well. Only one benchmark, only one floor tank moment. That might actually be better than what I have right now. Hey! Must say the music. It's not bad. Wait, it's not shut up. Or I can tell the summonings appear to be over. No believers. What? No believe what? Let's see. They were nimble fighters, so give them that. Are they? Boom. But did you quickly get back in the queue, Grelic? Because then you can get back, right? When you get a 202, you just gotta rush back and then you can get your previous spot. You just restart the client. You can restart your client. Just be quick about it.
Is everyone all right?
We fortified the captives with what magics we could. Have the defenses been disabled? All appears quiet for the moment.
Thank you, baby.
The lower floors were disturbing enough, but this place feels wrong. The ether is heavy and thick, like wading through a quagmire.
I believe we stand in the tower's beating heart. What sayest thou, Stola?
I see it. Ether siphoned from the land runs up through the spire, flowing to a single point. This is the core we seek.
Glad to hear that, Grelly.
Yet something is off. As large as this structure is, it siphons far more ether than is required to sustain it. 'Tis as if the core is feeding on the energy, consuming it. I need to take a closer look. Curious. There is something there embedded inside the core. A man's limb.
This is what we came to destroy?
Yes, if you would be so kind.
And that should be the end of it.
What now?
My theory that the tower might come crashing down following the core's destruction doth appear to be correct.
Bully for you! And how are we supposed to survive the fall?
What of the prisoners below?
The floor beneath our very feet dissolves. Brace yourselves!
I pray I'm not too late.
Oh, what happened? Where are we?
Our hybrid pro saved us all.
By my reckoning, we're still on the island where the tower stood. But 'tis as if it never existed. Hardly a scratch. But how?
Graha wove a levitation spell at the last moment. Large enough to catch everyone, it would seem.
That explains the lack of obvious injuries.
The expenditure of so much ether has taken its toll. He will need plenty of rest, but should otherwise be none the worse for wear.
Then the immediate problem is what to do with our new friends here. They'll be much changed for their time in the tower. Even if their bodies are intact, I doubt we could say the same for their minds.
Angelo and I will take care of that.
I have every faith in you, Alize, but there are just too many for you to treat alone.
We'll send at once to Eorzea for more Porksies, and call on the local mages to lend a hand.
Hail, Scions! We were watching the tower when it simply disappeared. What happened here?
Kupo, if it's a 202, quickly get back in! Unless it's not a 202, you know?
The threat is banished, and thy people delivered. They are, however, in need of treatment. and we of a secure locale and helping hands to assist us in its provision.
Were you there for? Yeah, I can't really just say anything except that queues right now are just not fun. Yeah. I choose my party so I can do the dungeon the way I want. And luckily I have choice.
You shall have all this and more. Come, let us convey these unfortunate souls to the city.
Heavy! It was heavy! I do love having a fellow dragoon on the party though. Oh, I appreciate y'all! Do not, like... Oh, that's sweet! Do not disturb the cutscene where people have left your party. Phew. Carrying all those Matanga may have been their true struggle. Well, you're one of the strongest! I can keep up to your Dragoon experience. Bruh. Bruh. My gear needs repairing. There you go. Is the complete island gone? Or is... I think that's the island probably. The liberated prisoners are being transported to Razatan for treatment. Alice and Stola will oversee the administration of the tempering treatment, with support from those who know a healing spell or two. We'll go and join them in the city once you've had a moment to catch your breath. I'm fine! You want to enter a party of empty avatars to make use of this future, open a trust info, and their limited duty local stuff. Need. Can I also say again how much I love how calm it is over here? Everybody already went past this part. Enough rest, yeah. You never want for being idle. Right. First young betas come to Megadith at their earliest convenience. The others will join us there once they have finished attending to the prisoners. Ah, wait. On second thought, you and the sinners should go on ahead. I need to make a quick detour by the great work. We left Graha in the alchemist's care, you see. Best to fetch him before he's crammed into a specimen jar. I mean, we're talking about an elegant prince. Just you and me, then. The The guardsman at the gate should wave us through, right? Oh, we're not going on a walk together. Bummer. Ah, that's where I go. Okay. I believe I have to go this way. Yep. Nice. I prefer just disabling the heart for temporary. Bleh. Yeah. Just temporarily disabling the heart so you can actually enjoy the scene. It's kind of cute at night here. It kind of feels like Il Mag. I have to be there, right? Yeah. I have to be at that thing. I'm not even cheat, I'm just running around as a white mage. Not even going on my gatherers or anything. May I now have Aetheryte access? Because your worst situation is resolved. May I enter, please? With a tower gone, I expect the state of alert will be lifted. Yeah, same, see? One mine. Honored science, you're free to enter at your leisure. As I cannot leave my post, I'm afraid you must make your own way. Should you require directions in the city, a sentry station at a fountain atop the steps should be glad to assist you. Yes! We can get Aetherites! I have been to Rotterdam before. This place is a veritable maze. Rather than risking getting lost, we had best ask directions from the sentry at the fountain. Lead the way and don't expect me to act as your tour guide like said in others. Hey, we're having a walk with Estinian! That one looks like he's just falling over the stairs. Aww. I think we'll be fine, man. Cool. Cool. I'm pretty sure he's not around here for idle chit-chat though. Is he? First we should check out the sentry in front of the fountain. In front of the fountain! Name of the fountain? No idea. The fountains normally have names! Nice. This almost sounds like the sad music at Rogue's Reach. Ah, Mistress Cookie, I assume? I understand you are here for an audience with the satrap. If you require directions to Medveda, I should be glad to provide them. The satrap's residence is situated in Dome, at the highest part of Ratsahan. To get there, I would ordinarily recommend a route that takes you by the bazaars in the north. Due to the state of alert, however, most businesses are currently closed and the Aetherite disabled. As such, I will provide you with an alternate path. First, please ascend the steps next to this fountain and continue to the left. There will be more steps, and upon ascending them, you will emerge on Pax's land. Proceed through the large door on the right, and you will arrive at Ruveda's Fibers. I already lost. One day you'll find another sentry who will give you further guidance. In other words, we head up. Sounds straightforward enough, right? We head up and then we go left somewhere and we'll be fine, Estinian, we'll be fine. Wait. Left, okay. Okay. And we go right. Okay, cool. We heard the sentry. We head up. We're already up! Praising you! Heading to Megadutha, are you? In that case, please follow this hallway to my right and go through the door at the top of the stairs. You emerge at the entrance to the Azure Blending, where now the sentry should be on hand to assist you. Incidentally, if you ascend the steps to either side of me, you'll find a workshop of Rio for fibers. Though you're free to observe at distance, take care not to lose your way. I already wasn't listening to you because I had an epiphany. Why isn't Final Fantasy seeing how many of these errors people are actually running into? Did you listen? Quite an ordeal to get to the suburb residence. It could stand to be a more obvious route, like the one to the vault, or Kagana Castle. Have you been in Kagana Castle? Maybe you have. I know Americ was there, but what was Estinian there? Your Ethernet is still alive though. Emma, hello! How are you? If you're here for an airship, I'm afraid all flights have been suspended until further notice. So the state of alert is still in effect. Perhaps it's for the best. That aside, we're not here for an airship. We have business with Megadutha. Oh, in that case, prepare me to direct you. From here it's quite simple. Really, ascend the steps, then continue straight ahead and across the bridge. Cannot miss it. Okay, now that's a lot easier, isn't it? Confusing as it is, you think they intend to make a maze out of Ratsahan. Kugana was flat at least. If you became lost, you could to hire a crowd to get a lay of the land. Yes. I had another strange epiphany. Estinian starts to look more and more like The Witcher. With hair like that. I'm better now. Had a rough night. Couldn't sleep from stress, but I can at least get back into my steam. So that's one stress part taken away. Good. I hope you can have a chill day. Oh. Wait, this is not the final bit, right? We need to get past that thing. I remember passing here with Vashon. The situation being as it was, he regretted not being able to show us the sights. Life is yet to return to normal here, but when it does, you ought to pay another visit. Though the city is confusing, the food is quite good. I bought you to Hamza myself. It may surprisingly tender and flavorful. Are you getting hungry from looking at this? Oh, we don't have a hug. Come on, Jad. That's a really good one. But thank you for sharing hugs. Ah, it's fine. I'll get that later. I see so many points of interest. That's kind of cute. Hey, Estinian, do you know how long it's been since we took pictures together? Been way too long. Now we trapped you and being with it here, I'm gonna trap you some more. No! Is my sheep still there? My sheep's still there, good. There you go. I don't like the full one because that's very unnatural. What's straight here? You're in! Hooray, Grelic! Sounds good! This picture already has its own, like, vibe to it. Oh, my sheep's not on it. Sheep was like, "Wah! Don't leave me out!" Me. Me. Okay, one more. And I can put at least one of these in my break screen. Not so much of a lone wolf anymore, is he? Okay, I'm done. Drew and get right, gonna have some neat, good, fancy screenshots. And I think it was the perfect light circumstance because if I would be taking pictures right now, no. I was perfectly timed there. Ooh, fancy bow. It's like a rainbow bow. Ooh. Yeah, I can absolutely understand that, Grelic. I think it's the longest I've waited in about 4 years. Okay. Greetings and welcome to Margarita. May I inquire after your business? We are members of the Signs of the Seven Dawn, come at the invitation of His Excellency. Of course, we've been expecting you. I will show you into the audience chamber, if you would please follow me.
Are we the last to arrive? I hope we've not kept you waiting.
I'm happy you're bringing a healthy cat.
Not at all. Your comrade is feeling better, I trust.
Yeah. Yeah, proud. Yeah, proud.
Much better, thank you. Harness remedies are certainly potent, in more ways than one.
One becomes accustomed to the taste, although I hope you never have cause to do so. Pray, take your ease.
Dozy, thank you for the follow.
Full glad I am to see you all unharmed.
Valiant scions, for your heroism, you have my boundless gratitude.
He's a bit like Smoke. And he is less of a Racefelger. Because Racefelger had very smooth movements. But you could literally make him into into one of those animatron parks or something. Thank you for the love.
You cast down that dire tower and set free its hapless captives. You cleanse their souls of its corrupting influence. No words of thanks will suffice. In place of platitudes, I offer a bounty of warding scales. Pray accept your due reward, along with the goodwill of Radzatan.
Alchemists throughout the land were put to work in the forging of your talismans. The finished ones have been collected, and now await you at the High Crucible of Alchemia. Present this letter when you are ready to take them into your possession.
We are humbled by your generosity. Know that the inventive wisdom of Radzatan will be vital in restoring serenity to our star.
Every single one of those scales came from you, didn't they? You must still be in such pain.
"'Tis of no moment. A mere annoyance compared to the dreadful suffering inflicted upon this land and its people.
Albeit brief, my involvement in the Dragonsong War afforded me a glimpse of the myriad sorrows which consumed both dragon and man. Though you were half a world away, such tragedies as befell your kin must have affected you deeply. And yet, you chose to live among men.
In the age when that conflict first bloomed, my choice had already been made. In some distant place, man slew dragon, and dragon slaughtered man. Yet no hate could I muster for those smiling faces which did look to me for guidance. Not even my brother's righteous rage could rally me to his cause. I huddled here, secret and still, hoping hoping against hope that which I had built would remain untouched by the chaos and carnage.
Twould seem we share the same desire for peace, great Vritra. To that end, I wonder if we might trouble you with another question. The Telophoroi are intent on recreating the final days, an apocalyptic event which we know to predate the sundering of the star. As the longest lived among us, know you aught of this terrible cataclysm?
Nay. When war and strife drove my sire from his home, he crossed the great expanse with only our unhatched eggs as company. He alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift. Of events preceding his arrival, he knoweth naught, save that which Hydralin hath deigned to disclose.
I see. So again, 'tis the inscrutable Hydralin to whom we must look for answers.
Seek you to divine the will of this star? If so, I have a tale which may afford you some small comfort. Tis a story from my youth, many, many years ago. To my sire, I once posed the question, of all the stars in the sky, why didst thou settle upon this one? To which Midgardsormr did reply, 'twas the last bastion of hope. He believed so long as Hydralin endured, so too might dragonkind. Solemn and portentous were his words. What deeper meaning they held, I could not, dared not pursue. 'Tis a stone I've left unturned ever since.
A huge chicken? Hi, Gafford. Oh, thank you, Thunder.
Yet take you solace in the knowledge that whatsoever Hydralin does strive towards, 'tis an ideal which hath earned my sire's conviction.
How are you doing, Gafford?
Thank you, Vritra. You've given us warm reassurance in a world gripped by cold uncertainty.
While I'm sure we all have a great many questions, I think it's time we collect the talismans and be on our way. Our fight against the Telophoroi is far from finished.
We must take our leave, but please do inform us if we can provide any further assistance.
Prithee, a moment.
We just finished the first dungeon, yeah.
There is one whom my sire hath judged worthy of honor and respect. The one known to men as Eorzea's champion. This hero of renown and rumor, 'tis thee.
Midgardsormr. I would still assume he is still with us. I don't think he... Well, there was something in the raid, of course, but... Yeah, there was something with the Omega story where he appeared. But I'm not quite sure what came of him. He got Omega. Ah. So he did get squandered. I see. And the first dungeons. It's a dungeon. The mid-boss, I think the mid-boss music was interesting. The final one, I have to hear it a few more times.
I know of his clash with Omega and the long slumber which was his price. Yet even closed in sleep, my father's eyes are far from blind. He is watching over thee, watching over this world. 'Twas a revelation most pleasing that thou, a child of man, had gained Midgardsormr's trust. But alongside mine elation runneth a rivulet of dread.
Whoa, you're reaching Urianger levels, bruh. Hi, thank.
For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, wheel enmeshed with woe.
Ooh.
Amidst this tangled knot, thou shalt know no rest. 'Tis an endless confluence of forces, a struggle without surcease. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation. The hope thou wilt need come the end. Even cowering behind my curtain, I know the suffering of the powerful. I have watched my siblings driven mad by loss. Thus do I exhort thee to spare no effort to keep thy loved ones safe.
Apologies. We hadn't meant to interrupt.
It's just that we do have a history of suddenly collapsing, and when you didn't follow us out...
Tis I who must apologize. I have detained your champion overlong with idle chatter. Go. At war's end, I pray I welcome thee back into my hall, where together with thy joyful comrades, you may toast your triumph.
history and collapsing. Yeah, I think it's the thing, yeah. But does this still mean that... Is the Aetherite still unattunable? We can't teleport around apparently. It's unattunable? Okay. That's strange. I won't attempt them. Yeah, I haven't paid all that much attention to Omega story. I really couldn't be bothered all that much. So I know some details, but then again I was like, eh. Apologies again. I hope we didn't force you to conclude your conversation prematurely. So what were you and Vita talking about? You interested? Nothing? Very well if you say so. The others had gone ahead to the High Crucible. Let's catch up to them. I guess. Like Sister Tiama, Vitra is possessed of a gentle soul. I'm glad they're on our side. Yeah, I guess we got some on our side. I was looking at my craft unlock and it said, hey, you can make Arca loaf. And then I checked on the market, but like, how much is a piece of Arca loaf? I was like, why is it so cheap? Well, this is why it's so cheap, because everyone gets it. The attendant was kind enough to give me directions to the High Crucible. First, let us return to the Mulberry Orchard. Mulberry Orchard. Okay. Why there? Okay. At least I still have a small companion running along with me. Omega played a role in the whole Crystal Tower Rift traveling thing, did it? I do not really recall that. It's been so long ago. Well, I know there is, of course, one of the hard mode dungeons from Heavensward, I think, was it? Or was it the last Crystal Tower one? Twinning! Yes, the twinning! Yeah, the twinning has stuff about it. Nice to see you flutter by today's squeaky hello short circuit. How you doing? But twinning is not Omega, right? But I should. Can we already do the explorer the thing there? Yeah. I understand the mulberries are for the silkworms. Grown a stone's throw away from the Setram's residence. It gives it the quintessential Tavnarian flair. You what, mate? From here, we're supposed to follow the path left and past the mulberries. Okay, if you say we're going this way, then we're going this way, Alizé. It's good that we didn't run over here earlier. It's a sheep! It's my sheep! It's my bag. Take good care of your sheep. No! My sheep is not for dinners. No one shall feast upon my sheep. There word refugee apparently means bind in the local tongue. And this district, so named because it connects all others in the city. No! If we manage to come this far, we shouldn't have trouble finding the High Crucible, or so we're told. Because this place isn't confusing or anything. What are 3 turns? Enter the door straight ahead, then descend the steps. Okay. I thought the Crystarian was confusing. It doesn't compare to us at hand. The architecture and decorations make it even harder to get your bearings. Anyway, let's see where this door takes us. I mean, that's another way to find your way, right? Me? Oh, not that one. Okay. But it's shining! But it's shining! It's shining! I know it wasn't going to work, but... It seems we're on the right track, oh we know. And here is the Aether Plaza, so far so good, and there isn't much further to go. From here, we just need to cross to the other side of the hall, and pass through the larger of 2 doorways. Okay. The High Crucible lies beyond. I suspect the others have already collected the warding skills. We slow? We're very slow. Because the others didn't wait for the one that always crashes on the floor. So this is your this is like the final place where you'll probably get all your yeah. Yes, yes. My brain didn't apply. It's Yilmore, yes. Thank you. Ma'am, that's kind of cute. It's almost Phaedra. What an immense laboratory. How many such places were enlisted to help forge the warding skills? I wonder. Many? Many? He'll never just stand to the side, right? As I heard it, after he defeated Nidhogg, his skills found their way into the hands of the Firmament's artisans. Steeped in power as they are, it's no surprise that they were coveted. Still, it is a strange legacy for the vegetable worm. Yeah. The students have previously turned Ratsadan alchemists for help with endless of various artifacts. That's how I became acquainted with Nahana. I'm glad we could rescue her, and pray she makes a full recovery. I'm quite well now, I assure you. As they say, the stronger the taste, and the stranger the color, the more effective the remedy. With my body trying to replenish the ether I spent, however, I'm feeling rather famished. I think a sampling of the local delicacies is in order. Perhaps a cuisine would be a good place to stop, perhaps. If they're open, if at all. Or last, of course, but at least we found the place.
These are the talismans we were promised.
Yes, and I made a quick count. There are far more than we could have hoped for. Enough to outfit an entire company of soldiers, in fact. Considering the involved process, that they were able to manufacture so many in such a short span of time is nothing short of a miracle.
Once we have distributed them to our allies in Eorzea and the Far East, we'll have a fighting chance to bring down the other spires, just as we did with the Tower of Zot.
But that's when you get the ashes back on your shoulders.
Or we could use them to invade Garlemald proper. and strike directly at the Telophoroid's base of operations.
I like that more.
Of course, we would need to consult with various Alliance leaders before such a drastic measure could even be contemplated. To which end, I could set out forthwith and present the idea to each of our allies in person.
Pray allow me to undertake some few of those journeys. I find myself restless and in need of purposeful duties.
I can head eastward. Bosnia and Dalmasca are just a short hop from here. And Doma's shinobi network should come in handy for passing on the word.
We shall share the burden then. Meanwhile, I think it best that you and the others take the talismans back to the Baldessian Annex. We must keep them safe and secure until we've decided upon a course of action.
Please, I must speak with you.
Nidana, you're awake.
Yes. When I spoke with the carer at my bedside, she told me that one of the scions, a young woman, had cleansed me of the tower's corruption. It seems I'd been asleep ever since the treatment. But when I awoke and learned you were all still here, I knew I had to come.
As you said, Nidana was captured only recently. Such a brief exposure is swiftly cured, so I tended to her before we gathered at Megaduta.
And I am truly grateful that you did. I cannot thank you enough. All of you, for everything you've done. Destroying the tower, rescuing our people. You've saved Thavnair from an awful fate.
Yet who hath truly saved whom? Due in no small part to thine inspirational courage, the alchemists were successful in reproducing warding scales of proven efficacy. Replications of thy work now stand ready to travel across the seas, unto the hands of those who might wield them against this rising evil.
The talisman? Is this true? Oh, I was so groggy from sleep. I didn't even think to ask. Oh, our great work sent across the seas. It was worth it. Oh, it was all worth it.
Look at that! Its color is completely changed.
What do you have there? How unusual. I wonder if the effect is a reaction to Akasha.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that term.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
You imply that it is distinct from ether?
Foreign scholars often conflate the two, but we see them as separate concepts. Ether is an energy which permeates the land. It exists within animals, objects, even the air we breathe, affecting all through which it flows. Akasha, on the other hand, exists in a domain beyond our reach. A gift bestowed from on high, or torn from the heavens in some traditions. Akasha can neither be created nor destroyed. It is beyond our power to purposefully alter or manipulate. The only thing observed to influence it is an abundance of, I want to say, spiritual emotion. As a veteran of the battlefield, surely you've experienced moments of desperation or exaltation when you've transcended the usual limits of your capabilities. That is a manifestation of Akasha, the invisible essence harnessed by heart, mind, and unyielding spirit.
I really must hear more about this theory. Our disciplines are based entirely upon the idea that ether is the fundamental form of all energy.
I'm glad my haphazard explanation has piqued your interest. But even for us, Akasha is a somewhat abstract field of study. A lack of practical application lends itself poorly to formalized research. Which is why my analysis of your flower can amount to little more than idle speculation. I am sorry.
Nonsense! You have nothing to be sorry for. Your insight is much appreciated.
Shall we depart for Charlian then? I will see to it that the talismans arrive at the Annex.
And we will be in touch once our talks are concluded. I suggest you rest while you can. From here onward, sleep is bound to be in short supply.
Did you see Raha boarding? Like, what? You go fix that. Alright then. I guess. Alright, a very colorful place this is. Did anybody notice time running by? Woohoo! I'm also fading again. I'm fading. Very much fading. Also, yeah, I have a lot of gathering stuff in my inventory at the moment. Just a few hours later, right? I shouldn't be so cheap. Why am I so cheap? Just go to Hacker Charlotte. It's good time. We've got good music going, and I'm still at the wrong thing. Also got plenty of money, so. Nice. I think it's a good moment to take a very small break, as Thankful says, are still there. Nou, doe een ganyan. There you go. I'll be silly like this. Let's take a very small break. Do get yourself some stretches, some snacks, and make sure that you do not vanish, okay? Oh, really so much vanishing and I don't know why. I will leave you a little bit of fairy tale music and we'll be right back. Do enjoy some fairy tale. Do we want fairy tale music? Or do we want this music? No, because then I have to mute everything else and you can hear everything. So I don't want to do that. Thank you for waiting. Let's see if we can put that music back on a bit. Yeah, this is a very loud place. There we go. It's always the sound effects that are just so loud. Still, turning them off for a little bit. Thank you, thank you. Aww, my other friend removed itself from the corner. Thank you, Gravik. I hope you've been making good use of the time you spend in a queue. You said next to a market board? Yeah. My place is certainly like that. I should make some tea, but I got an idea and then I got distracted. Sneaky pictures. You're distracted, never! He doesn't know. I'm just gonna send this after stream to him and he's like, hey! Creep! Oh, he's back again. I might have like fooled him. He might have not seen it. I mean, maybe he has. There is always a selection here. Gotta make my tea, so let's make tea with beautiful music. No, I just dosed out my nice tea. I really need to buy new tea. Will do after stream. Why is it still looking rainy outside? This is such a vibe. Shush. Many people. It's good to be back with the fruit of our labor safely in storage. For now, we will have to wait for the others to return from their respective meetings with the Alliance leaders. Okay. I'm not invited to stuffy meetings, I guess. As Thancred suggested, you should get some rest in the meantime. So, let's talk family? Welcome back, Arizane. Glad to praise me of your recent accomplishments. What an amazing feat to eliminate a tower and pave the way to deal with the rest. What it isn't much. I've changed your sheets and plumbed up your pillow. After all, there's nothing like collapsing in a nice clean bed after completing a major milestone. Be it penning a thesis or defeating diaphragm entities. So would you like to take a look at your new and improved lodgings now? You fluff my pillow. It's gonna be an awkward moment.
Take heart and protect them well.
No, this is an Exarch moment.
Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you? We've bought quite a spread if you're interested. Only the finest dining from the last stand.
I hope it was in time. I didn't have her.
Lest you wonder, we invited Estinian as well. But he refused with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Sharlayan cuisine is not to his liking.
Oh, I don't know about that. Perhaps our lone wolf just needed some time apart.
What? To perfect his brooding stare? Next time, I'll drag him out by the ear, sit him down in front of a Sharlayan feast, and see that he eats every last bite.
An excellent idea. Of all people, warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
Poor Estinian, beset on all sides.
Speaking of one's physical condition, Mistress Quile, I hear you've recently played literal host to Heidelin herself.
And what an experience that was. Tiring, yes, but no lasting harm done. If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer. I've not felt a hint of her presence since.
Heidelin instructed you to carry that flower, yes? 'Twill be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it? Come to think of it, isn't that what happened with Nidana back in Radzat-Han?
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow, as if reflecting the elation we all felt, the relief of a people with renewed hope.
Indeed, and in turn, I felt buoyed by that radiance. 'Twas akin to spotting a beacon and knowing we were on the right path. I know we've not yet triumphed over the Tloforoi, or learned the full breadth of the Forum's plans. But even within the midst of our struggles, we find small moments of joy to sustain us. Rare and hard-won perhaps, but it is this pursuit of happiness that gives us the strength to carry on day after day. Hey, that's mine.
To the swift the spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
Only barely. And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle. Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume?
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas necessary to facilitate my solitary explorations.
Or, to put it simply, you used it to sneak around the Forbidden Archives.
Yes, well, after a fashion. They're tall, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting attention now, could I?
Oh!
I'm pushing on until dawn. I was thinking of that. Everyone just came into my quarters. Okay. That was a lot of food.
I'm not that ambitious. But 'tis pleasant to idle away the hours every once in a while.
Why were the two so distracted? Of course.
Ah! Enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur, or fashioned from the skins of your enemies, or... well, never mind that.
Is it whenever you have to make a loud voice that suddenly, like, the signature of your voice gets lost?
I come to you once more as the bearer of bad news.
Oh, that's why your voice is so weird.
Our tower in Thavnir has been toppled, and I need not tell you by whom. Given how many we have at our disposal, the loss of a single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does, however, slow the rate at which we siphon ether. If they continue to preoccupy themselves with the towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes questionable.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome.
Iziel, thank you for the lurk. Hope you're doing well.
Honestly, talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy. Does nothing else spark your interest?
We'll take this stretch after cutscene.
No. All else is equal.
Wow. I'm doing great, actually. Yeah.
Equally tedious, equally disappointing. The world is a tepid bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke.
Now see, it's quite different from Fandaniel. The crazy ex-girlfriend. You are the world.
But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot, enough to set my soul aflame. I basked in the afterglow until the void yawned once more. And then I knew the muck would never claim me again. There was naught for me ahead, so I drew the curtain on all that had come before. Burn, burn, let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
How wonderful that the emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your life to its pursuit once more.
Those eyes.
I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
I just know that your voice is different now. And it makes you a different character.
You question my disinterest, but what of yours? Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable. You see, when I was mortal, I would always have the same dream. It was a fragmented thing, disjointed. All the faces incomplete. The setting too was unknown to me. So I thought it simply a fantasy of my sleeping mind. Until one day, I realized it was showing me the truth. Much as your dream of the final days enlightened you. And soon, very soon, the rest of the world will see the truth of my dream, too. Yes, I think that is something we can both enjoy.
That is first class strange to change a voice in the middle like that. So this was basically your sandwich moment. I can appreciate it. I'm not sure if everyone appreciates a little chatter like that. It's nice. It was well done. I hope you didn't mind us barging into your room for a late night feast. For what it's worth, it did me a real enough good to put our troubles to one side. If only for a moment. Now that we know who he was, it makes sense to have different voice and aside. No? It's still the body of Asai. And the sound is provided by the body of Asai. No, he's just... I don't know, his voice is more boring. Which takes away from his enthusiasm of his pursuit. But I mean, we also once saw Amaric's voice failing, so we'll see. Oh wait, sorry. Hello? There you are, feeling refreshed I hope. She looks, Cry also looks so cute when she takes her hat off. Like, I wasn't actually expecting her to take her head off at all. Just the name of his position, yeah? But still the same person in the same body. Now that he has revealed his past, doesn't change anything to the physics. I was about to make my way to the stadium, as it happens. I wanted to try and speak with Scholar Monty Shane and thank him for coming to a rescue in the Rostra. As it turns out, he'd come here to see us following the herring, only to find that we'd already departed for Tefnair. Knowing him, he was probably hoping to chew the cud with his former students. Since we're still waiting for Ishtola and the others, I thought now the perfect time to pay him a visit. Care to join me? Yeah, let's go. And it's settled. The twins will be coming too. Showman Alphino can tear himself away from his new toys. I'll let you run in the trip so I go on ahead to the phenomenon. Considering my recent impropriety, perhaps I should avoid showing my face around the studio for a time. Maybe for the best. The others should return. Tell them we will not be long. For the greater cause. Unlike some of the science, I am not an alumni of the studio. As such, I have no acquaintances there that I am obliged to visit. Oh, I would love nothing more than to pour over the many great tombs of phenomenon. I fear my presence there would stir more unwanted trouble. So, for now we'll be patient, much as it pains me to do so. Yeah, this is what you get for knocking over a security mammoth. Yeah, that hurts. Yeah. So Alvino could get away from his new toys. They look fancy. Father can master these finest contraptions, and so can I. Huzzah! Heading out for a shop? No, we're going to the stadium. And you're coming with me! The scholar himself was here. In that case, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? I too am eager to see him, though I somewhat dread the thought of visiting the studio. I dare say notoriety precedes us. And for now, we'll be boring over his reputation, and at our alma mater no less. Well, wonders never cease. You understand soon enough. Oh, we could. We're dragging you with us. Whether you like it or not. Oh, the mess is a bit sad. Hey, GT! Hello! Happy to see you safely return to us. Oh, there is actually an aetherized sword here. I wasn't sure. Why is there a crafter in front of the door? Feels like only yesterday that I walked through these doors. See that skilled creature above the entrance? That's the mark of talent. Scholar. Bearer of the waters of knowledge. It's no exaggeration to say that Shalane itself is one enormous shrine to him. Wait, what? That sounds cool. I hope you had a good time. The mark of talent. Right. Of the waters of knowledge, it's no exaggeration to say that the Shalane itself is one enormous shrine to him. Yeah, okay, then I get it. I had to listen a bit at first. You mean that thing? I guess. See who I am. Sounds good. Here it is, phenomenon. Why, I expect you made note of it before. I can hardly miss it. This is the first time you've been here in official business, correct? While most of the space is taken up by the expansive auditoriums, it also houses numerous laboratories, testing grounds for experimental magics, and a host of administrative offices and so forth. As the center of what would later become the studium, it was established to promote the study of etherological phenomena, hence the name. So with ether being a fundamental aspect of nature, its scope expanded to include every conceivable facet of life and even the universe itself. And then, in the 432nd year of the 6th Astral Era, phenomena was decreed complete and the studium officially opened as a place of learning. With a long and storied history, it is without question the world's leading authority in etherology. The arcane occult, astromancy, and countless other fields standing proud as Shalane Foremost Educational Institute. You always did enjoy giving ground swords to new students. Indeed. I've long since lost track of how many times he has recited that same foppish speech, such as his undying love for his old stamping ground. He was in top form back then, youngest to enter the studium, graduated with highest honors in magical arts and ethereology, undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Hold on, you both joined the studium at the same age, yes? And from where I stand, you're equally prodigious scholars. Nice of you to say, but Elvino actually entered half a year before me, nor did I do well enough to graduate with honors. And I am certainly not the studium's most notorious master debater. In all respects, have I ever been in a shadow? If nothing else, just remember that this was where the legend Elvino Levio began. See, we should expect everyone to be fully aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully, we'll be somewhat more welcome here than we were at last time. I know better than anyone the adoration the student body has for Elvino, and with a bit of luck, it might work to our advantage. Maybe, yeah. Well, there's no time like the present. First things first, let's look for Scholar Montician. Other faculty tend to frequent their offices, but unfortunately for us, he's fond of wandering wheresoever his whims take us. Let's split up and ask for the students if they've seen him. Is this a fetch quest? excitable. Script? That was Elvin Olivia, wasn't it? The Elvin Olivia! And his with his sister and Master Pedicia's granddaughter. This can only mean one thing. An event of epoch shattering proportions is fast approaching. Spread the word! Oh, sorry. You say you're looking for the scholar? Yes, no, yeah. It could be anywhere. But Miss Aliapo should have a better idea. Spread? As a plan, it's only connects business with preferred individuals. Surely you understand. Why is there a summoning down here? No wonder there are people crafting nearby. So many rooms. Ah. I was like, wait, that's not someone from here, right? No. These are more like the people from here. Are you lost? Wandering off the street, perhaps? Wait, don't tell me. You're a trainee cleaner, fresh off the guild ship. I'm right, aren't I? Oh, how silly of me! An orientation is in order. Allow me to bid you a warm welcome to the Searcher's Meet. Let me start with a question. What is the most important thing you'll find in the studio? That's right, picks! What's the second most important? Why, that's simple. Everything else. That's what we do in here at Searcher's Meet. Whenever the students or tutors find themselves in need of equipment or materials, they come to us. If we don't have it in our stores, we send the cleaners off to find it. Honestly, you wouldn't believe some of the requests we get. Eye of Paisa this, tongue of Gigantoto that. It's enough to make your hair stand on end, which is possibly what some of our students are trying to accomplish, this being a school of magic and all. As our newest cleaner, you'll have your work cut out for you, but I think you'll find it quite rewarding. The only thing I'm interested in cleaning is information on the scholar's whereabouts. Track down many lives with knickknacks in my time, but I'm no cleaner. I guess, yeah, I guess Italian. In my time. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I beg you're putting? I'm going to need some tea with that pudding. You what? Oh, I didn't even read what you were saying. I only heard pudding. He was here, but now he's not. I did speak with him shortly before he arrived though. He said he was on his way to make his meat. Go back the way you came in, and you'll see it on the opposite side of the entrance. It's a laboratory of sorts, aimed to many rare and expensive curios, not to mention alarmingly frequent accidents. Lose your way, just follow the blood curling screams. Pudding! Huh. Anytime it's taken to tell you all of this, this scholar has probably already left. Best of luck finding him. If I have a feeling you'll need it. Ludwig was here a short while ago, he offered me advice on current research project. So we spoke at lunch. I don't recall him mentioning where he was planning to go next. When we parted ways, he went down the corridor, perhaps to one of the auditoriums? Fetch quest! Added spiders! Just dragging you through the whole stadium. It's a classroom. Enjoy it, Arian.
Ah, I remember you.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you. I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the Forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Matoya's prize student. Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
That wink was hilarious. Straight off to questioning what the Forum is up against again.
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy.
Ta-da.
Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried. Our duty is of the gravest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic.
I thought we came here to just have a nice chat, and he just instantly goes like, "Say, I'm looking for this information."
As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
He has a bit of a voice.
How is that even possible?
Charlene?
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
Social distancing.
we shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology. The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into 3 forms. 2 are of the incorporeal sort, the soul and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third?
The body and the mind? I said the body and the mind, I think.
Yes, very good. This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities, and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked. Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it. Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
What? Mr. Mercenary, hello. How are you? Also pretty good.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
I know that one! That's AR! Because we do not know who the Warriors of Light truly were.
The 7th Umbral Calamity.
You got a new job! Neat! May I ask what your new job is? I assume it's a different company? Oh, you are! Nice! Welcome to, Did you have to do a pledge? I'll leave it at that. Hey guys, can I say that nice? Neat! Well, I mean, like, they should, right? So, wait, how many screens do you work now? I'm sorry, I'm just teasing you. Great job, man! I should really, like, come and visit you soon. What? Seriously? I'm sorry if I just killed anyone's ears, but... Whoa, man! You do not cease to surprise us. Wait, what's that? Oh, your emos are so weirdy! Ah, that's genius. That's glorious. We're getting a bit of a lecture into Final Fantasy XIV lore.
The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm. But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act.
It's just a little no house. But that all sounds really good. Oops. Pudding.
The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Sharlayan prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation.
I'm sorry, sir. I was distracted. Could you repeat that? I might just make pudding into a meme. Because sometimes you hear like in English where they're saying like when you say pardon, then some people think it's a fart or something. But if we make it into pudding, then it's just perfect memeable, you know? And everyone can just get hungry from puddings. I beg you, pudding! What? Drool. The drama which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on the similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Sharlayan prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation, right?
Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace.
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty.
That's a lot.
Barring that, we must wait until we return to the ethereal sea. For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean. And our memories drift apart and dissolve, rather defeating the purpose, I suppose. But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form. Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable.
What?
Well, think that's enough education for today. Now that I've given you some food for thought. Or rather, an entire banquet.
Right.
I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you. I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend.
My friend.
Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Sharlayan, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
Yeah, the Aliapus are very much known to be reporters and the like. Alright then. Already at level 82. Going quick. We're getting a level 525 weapon. I think mine is not that. No, I didn't finish it. Run a phenomenon. If you are game creator, I would put your artisan 3 to get used. Oh, like that. Well, that's a dragoon if I've ever seen one. Wait. The quest is here. I just didn't see it because there are all these people here. I'm confused. What was I just talking about? Yeah, this one. Oh, I only have a 510 one for my white mage. That's neat. My dragoon one is 550, which is perfectly fine. My dark one is not that fabulous. It's 485. Maybe I should exchange my dark one. Because it's level 82, right? My dark is already 82. It's going to my dark knight. Oh! ETO redeemed the stretch! And I was just so engaged and involved in everything. And turning invisible and stuff. We're also almost level 83. Excuse me. There we go. I was taking a stretch. Everyone's just being amazed by Elfie's knowledge. Wait, who is it? Crow was just hidden there. Aww. Your artisanry to get use. So that means I can get like the white domes and stuff and things again? Or... Ah! Apologies. That lesson was rather taxing. Some of my earliest memories are of... Ah! Yeah, mine as well, yeah. I hate that this is a possible thing. Arv Skolargan Montishana, actually, he was a close friend of her grandfather. He would come for tea and amaze us with his tricks. Much like his demonstration with the paper and ink, He's a huge part of why I wanted to enter the stadium in the first place. Cute. Cute. While Scholar Montaigne is best known for his role as head of the stadium, he is said to be one of the finest mages Charlene has ever produced. Having seen for myself the ease with which he weaves extraordinarily complex and powerful magics, I have no reason to doubt the claim. I guess. Fancy dress thing. Well, that's given me much to mull over. I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the firm's true motives and the mysteries of life itself, for good measure. It's funny, I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude, only to leave more indebted than before. I have a feeling his friendship and support will be a great boon to us in the days to come. And on that note, let's head back to the annex. Perhaps on the way, you could better acquaint yourself with Queen Aliathu as the scholar suggested, while you share our findings with Raha. New quest have been unlocked. New side quest. Woo! Nah, that's a bit too much for me. Wait, who? Rather taxing indeed. So many side quests suddenly, because I had finished all these here. And this is why I actually love that I'm doing in layer-like phases, where I can also just do some side quests, because they unlock at the moment that it makes sense, instead of just everything at once. Those are all the yawns. That's what you get from school stuff, right? I'm kind of happy I'm not doing school stuff anymore. Still learning things and I have to read books, but okay, this is a bit more active. Having spent most of the time in Tavnir, I've yet to fully grasp the lie of the Lanier Chalet. Even find my way to an annex provided a challenge. Asinian returned not long after we departed for the studium. A shame that he missed a chance to attend a lecture with the scholar. Or perhaps not. No, I don't think he could be bothered. Oh, come on, I'm done with this. You'd better not let your guard down, around Key. One small favour becomes another, then another, and before you know it, you'll be running to the other side of the rail to search for a bottle of wine or some other rubbish. Then again, it might make for a welcome change of pace from usual heroics. As a scholar said, it could also lead to interesting discoveries. I didn't even see her! It seems I've done an adequate job of relaying Scholar's Monitor's lecture to Ra. Given his experiences in the field of souls and memories, he had no trouble understanding it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about as well. Welcome back. From what I heard, your trip to the Serum proved most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow Science. As expected, news of the warding skills was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eosia and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. our friends have asked that we bring the skills in our possession to Limsa Lominsa. So the time has come for us to go on the offensive. It's too early to say for certain, but that does seem to be the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan, but let's see us what awaits us in Filbrand. Filbrand. Let's start by getting the skills out of storage. Give me a hand, would you, Estanian? Phew, I didn't realize these crates were so heavy. I shouldn't complain though. Vithra and alchemist of the great work put the heart and soul into each and every one of these skills, so you must treat them with the utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape the Foreign's watchful grace, I've no choice but to stay behind. We're already on thin ice, and if I, in my capacity as our official representative, were found to be consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that will go. I shall remain here, do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I await word from Master Matoya and our other allies. With luck, we'll soon have good news of our own to share. The tide is about to turn, I can feel it. Till Limsa Lominsa. Everyone take a box. Twins take one together. You can probably work together in that. My eyes are watering. Really, it's not that much more difficult to actually just get the boat. Is that the fairy dog? Okay, then that's the fairy dog. That's also fine. And it also means that I got a few notes of this beautiful music. Yeah! You can spend 1600 or you can spend 300 gil. Let's go. I'm already in Limsa, next to an Ether. So then we just go to the Etherite Plaza. Where it would otherwise also be, but... Hey, Crank. What the heck? What's that? Probably another stuffy meeting. Am I awake enough for these stuffy meetings? Nah. It's not like with full energy that they're going to be different. Ah, I was due to expect you. As you may not or may not be aware, the Admiral is present entertaining the elder seats here and the Sultana. Three the most powerful women in the world in one room. Do you need a moment to prepare? Or shall I show you to them? Okay, that was also a very weird but proper sound. My apologies for calling you away from Cheyenne at short notice. Why isn't this one voiced? On the contrary, we are honored and grateful, and pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. It was only right that this discussion be conducted in person. We are locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggle to contain the threat posed by the towers, and it is only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Yes, ma'am. Yes. My eyes, though. They're seriously watering. Like, don't do this to me. Victory will only be claimed through decisive action. We have taken initiative to set the wheels in motion. It is reassuring to learn we are all in accord. But why not ask what your plan entails? It hinges entirely on the warding skills and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. During your time at Chalet, the allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts, with no end in sight. To make matters worse, a surge in abductions of kobolds, Sahag and Ixo, and Anantha have given rise to an increasing number of primals as well. But your triumph in Ratsadhan has given us cause to hope once more. The time has come to free ourselves of this madness. It is you, the Sons of the Seventh Dawn, who have shown us the way. While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold at the Loveroy at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy's heart, Garlemald. These brave few will be the Ilsaba contingent. To think such progress has been made in so short a span. Its objectives are twofold. The first is to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tampered, robbed of their free will. They served at the Loveroy everyone without question. They too are victims. It is your duty to deliver them from their suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but because it is the right thing to do. I do not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive and forget. I ask only that in choosing to remember, we do not forsake our compassion and morality, for without that, there can be no reconciliation, only that without end. On that we can all agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Tancred and Urianger observed in the capital. Though its purpose remains unclear, there's reason to believe the smaller spires are merely a precursor of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Sot was toppled, we'd failed to make any headway, though the same could be said of the Loveroy. But certainly, in no rush to press further into our lands. At Wega, the Spire's primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied, while they work toward our annihilation. This would appear to be substantiated by Stolas' analysis of the tower's influence on ethereal currents. Based on our observations inside the Tower of Sot, the spires siphon ether from the land, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than is required for this task alone. The excess of ether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it is not being harnessed for our benefit. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if it was being redirected to the larger spire in the capital. There's a logic in that, regardless, once we have uncovered the truth. Well, I'm starting to lose my attention. We'll bring the schemes crashing down, along with the inferior towers. That's all well and good, but what we others do, I assume it's more than handing over the skills and being on our way. We want you and your skills to join the Ilsaba contingent. Consider it an official request from Boker and Company of Eosia and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? Perhaps you should be the one to answer that. For honor and glory! For the people of Garlemald. For revenge against the Loveroy. The Loveroy. Good enough, bit it better myself. Stola, Tancred, and Urianger have already pledged their support and are on their way to meet the rest of the contingent. They were positive they would come to the same decision as they did. Luckily for all involved, their predictions was correct. The music is loud! Once you have delivered the warning skills to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Ilsabar. Raban and Lord Aymeric are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourselves known upon arrival. Pack warm clothing, furs and the like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the Lofroy so much as draws to you. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. You're not the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go, saving the knowledge you always have. Will be as you left it, or better, upon your return. The music was suddenly very loud. Like, BAM! Let's go! In the Alamegan Quarter? You know about it is, good sir. Okay, it's fine. I've made plenty of money. Also, we get money from the quest. I'm like, I do kind of want to unlock Galmal. And I hope it's not going to be like too difficult. Thanks. Finally a place where I can use my mounts. Just as we'd expect, it's always far too busy in here. Hello, hello. It's been too long. You know, I'm quite looking forward to seeing who's been selected for the Elizabeth contingent. I have a few people in mind. Care to make a friendly wager? I don't really know. I'll admit this is rather daunting, though not quite in the way I was expecting. We'll be standing shoulder to shoulder with our alliance's finest, the best of the best, the warrior of light, and well, me. It's silly, I know. Perhaps this is my way of distracting myself from the part I should be worried about. Marching into Gallimard. Gallimard's something different, yeah. If Eric asks after me, say I'm getting on fine. I'll leave it at that. Don't you dare breathe a word about the court. The court? Okay. You're still wearing it though. And we're no longer in Tefna. Okay. I must quiz Tancred and Uriage on the conditions we can expect in Gallimard. I know it's cold, but how cold? Do I need to keep my ears covered? They can be a bit... What the hell? Aww, are you a sensitive boy? Fancy meeting you here. I trust your mutual friend is sending into life as a sign. Collaboration never was his forte. The moment the fighting ended, off he'd go like a gay cat swept up in a strong breeze. But rest assured, he will always be there where you need him. Probably. Okay. That was amusing. The wondrous return. You've been busy bringing down a tower and producing the keys to destroying the rest of them. You should be proud. Those warding skills of yours are what's made this whole venture possible. Will you and Lord Aymeric be leading the contingent? Regrettably, no. I don't want to become famous Vogeltje, thanks. Regrettably, no. Our role is to organize the various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we have seen you all off, it's back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, lest our defensive efforts fall into disarray. And just between us, there was a fair amount of opposition to the formation of the Ilsabah contingent. The very suggestion that we send some of our finest troops behind enemy lines to render aid unto Gallians has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters. Huh. Can please them all. Sadly not. Though I do my best to repeat all, I'd much rather be at your side, charging into the fray. Alas, I've battles of my own to fight, where words may serve me better than my blade. I hate to say it, but Lord Amarek struggles mirror my own. For the time being, the best we can offer you is the peace of mind from knowing Eosia is in safe hands. As you fight the good fight in Ilsabah, I and the other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our cause is just. Thank you. Thank you. Is it our friend? Thank you, Thunder! Are our lost our friends? No. Much is secure since we parted ways in Relu. From what I gather, the protective talismans you obtained led to the formation of this expeditionary force. My contribution on this occasion is but a minor one, that being the information I have shared with Maxima. For the sake of the people of Garlemald, may the fates be on your side. Will either of you be joining us? So you're not coming with us? Strange. I thought you'd have a stake in this. I do. Did the Loveroy have laid waste to my homeland and enslaved my people? But though every mote of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. Her presence alone would place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused of murdering Emperor Varys and plunging Garlemald into chaos. Were I to travel with Ilsabah contingent, it would give my countrymen ample cause to question our motives. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of a former legatus and attempt to raise me to a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent's mission. Whether I am branded a villain or hailed as a hero, I would only hinder your efforts. We will deliver your people from harm in your stand. I doubt they'll be pleased to see the champion of Eosia sat for the Gallian soul. I understand. Reload is in your hands. Yes, please. And I will defend it to my dying breath. After the sacrifice of my sons and daughters made, I can do no less. I and the government of Relu intend to offer refuge to those fleeing Garlemald. Should that time come, we will be ready. Nice. In light of Kai's rather unique circumstances, I instead will assume the role of your guide. Though I may have defected for political reasons, my love for Garlemald endures. I will stop at nothing to protect her and her people. Well said. My attitude is called a friend inside. You might even bump into an old acquaintance or two, and if I don't see you again and you depart, may the furry guide and protect you. All of you. Thanks! I think we can survive up to up to that point. Yikes, what was that? It was a lot of talking. I suppose it's easy for some people to forget this, there are civilians in Garlemald too. When the only Imperials they've ever known are soldiers, I guess. With the knowledge that our allies will hold the line in our absence, we may devote our attention to the Elizabeth Front. So that guy is von Belsar. The horror he must have seen many of us own Megan. I do not doubt. Yeah. Like Gaius, I too stand accused of Ferris murder, though I am rather less recognizable on sight. Still, it's something to bear in mind once we reach Garlemald. Okay. Once we've set the Constitution on its way, I'll return to my duty in Alamigo. As many of our most capable will be traveling with you to Garlemald, we who remain will have to fight that much harder to make up the difference. But let no man say I do not welcome the challenge. Aye, this old bull isn't ready to hang up his horns yet. Oh. I neglected to mention earlier that we received a report from our troops that may be of interest to you. While engaged with the lunar primal, a great worm swooped down from the skies above and came to their aid. This worm, as described, was the spitting image of Tiamat. It would seem she too continues to wage war against the lovely one. Aww. Regardless of how my country receive you, the court will not treat you kindly, underestimated at your peril. Schwein! This is very warm. Very warm. A prison? We're gonna get a prison! Oh, I didn't even look at the level. Is it level 83? Or... all my members of the Ilsberg contingent are gathered in the royal palace. I shall inform them of your arrival, so please make your way inside as soon as you're ready. No, it's still 82. Okay. Let's go! Stuffy meeting! The remaining members of the Science, your friends, and most of the Ilsberg contingent await you within. Would you like to see it through? Yeah. Let's see. Who's in there? Is it our friends from Stormblood? Is it Lise?
By the 12.
Please!
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
Rude!
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Ilsabard contingent.
So, let's see. We've got a serpent right here. Then we have one of the god's quiver. Then, not sure who is the one that's like sporting over there. Then we have the little brother of Kanisena, Lise. And at the end, we have a Dragoon Master. Oh, I even see... oh, behind them, we got the guild leader of the Mechanics Guild. And beside that is a boy who's learned to fight, apparently. Oh, and our Thaumaturge friends. Also a Marauder friend. I'm sorry, I was looking over the Lelas. Is that Pippin? Who is the guy with the green head? The Lala with the green. There's only like a few I'm not sure I recognize. I recognize most of them. Also, this music is one of my favorite musics from Heavensward. Let's hack and go.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
Lucia!
Lucia.
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end. We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that, if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company. Everyone! If I may have your attention.
Here! Sorry.
Might I ask you to speak first?
If I must.
He gets a voice! He gets a voice! He has been a part of your White Mage quest.
I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation. Here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer, we shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald. To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
I almost want to cry. I love this.
Of course, with an experienced white mage such as yourself accompanying us as well, those requiring more involved treatment will be in safe hands. Raya O sends her regards, by the way.
Cry! I'm literally crying. Okay, maybe it was just a tear, but... Aww.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Wait, I know you.
Is he from the Sons of Connor?
The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hilfier to send his best, and for whatever reason, we picked him. Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but the promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do. Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy. Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
This guy seriously got the vibe. Let's go.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. Then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest.
Oh wait, the one with the green band is also one of the... Isn't he of the Flames? No, Pippin is from the Flames. He's the one with the green Anakin. The road quest! Yes! You're right! Thank you.
If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the Avatar of Destruction. With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us. And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead. Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabard contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require. The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission. Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature, together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa. There is another awaiting introduction.
Lord Amonelane!
I'd already spotted him. He was hiding, but I already spotted him.
Ah, yes. Emanelaine de Forton, at your service.
Oh, he's still a little shy.
Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that.
You haven't changed a bit.
But, should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
Making graceful prancing lead the way to victory.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Honoroa with my tales of daring do.
Yes, please do.
I believe that concludes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea. Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Would that be the Shinobi of Doma?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Out of my way, you preening fool!
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were expecting, right? Fudola. What? What?
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
All right then.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as a step is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy!
Sadu Hatun, no. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
And the Bosnian resistance. Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
I feel like this could all be a lot shorter if you do not do your side content.
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald.
Well, what?
And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders.
Logo! And he is intolerance and word drinkers. Are you joining my Ilsebird contingent, Logo? Have you been getting back into Endwalker? I do not assume everyone enjoys Q Savage.
Gaius bloody Balesar himself is working to help rebuild Werlid, a nation he once conquered.
How are you doing, Logo?
So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good.
The greater good.
It won't be easy. But we're all determined to make this world a better place.
Fighting the fight against the great. The white? The great? Am I missing something?
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Then we are in accord. Now, Let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range.
We're trying to eat them all raw, but there are too many. I think it's a healthy snack.
Fortunately, Garlond Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us. So, it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
You should camouflage as ice cream to stay undetected. I can just wear this and just vanish. Can I? Is this? Can I sign out here? I think I'm camouflaged enough. Sit type music. I can talk to everyone. Neat. Really, bro? Don't do that to me. I think we're starting up with this the next time.